Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game. It'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
We play to win.
From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, I hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And the offensive starters for the Vikings.
And running back Dalvin Cook was drafted in 2017 to be the lead runner for the Vikings, and he should love what they're putting in for him in 2019. This is a run-first, run-heavy offense as dictated by their head coach. Dalvin Cook should get more than enough carries to threaten 1,000 yards rushing this season.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And we'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Number 12 in green and gold coming out to lead the Packers. Of course, that's Aaron Rodgers. Last year for Rodgers, despite the young receiving core, despite the nagging injuries, despite the removal of his head coach, better than 4,400 passing yards, the second highest total in his 14 NFL seasons. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think
touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, 79 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too. Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They run again on first down. Cook. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working. I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Working out of the gun. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Play action now. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to the ground, Cook. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Zadarius Smith in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 10 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Rodgers now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the right side to Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Crosby connects on the extra point. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Oh, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to Sharp. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. First down, here's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Cousins gives way to Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? The Vikings on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out, making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
26. Check, Lance. Check 3. Coco over here.
This is Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught by Funchess. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a first down carry by Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Cousins from the gun on 3rd, and that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
That's pulled in at the 32. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On first down, Rodgers. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now Rodgers. Funches has it complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Give him 30 yards there. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. To throw is Cousins. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To the air again, it's Cousins. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Cousins now. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They go play action. Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Dean Lowry in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. 35 seconds, all that remains in the first half as they come up on first down.
Shift. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Working from the gun. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
49, check 49. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, Mike. Hey, echo.
To throw again. Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football.
And this is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now Crosby for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Watch the run.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start out west at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, where you see the final score there. Keenan Allen, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. From there, we'll take a trip east to check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And as we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots to the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there. Rodgers to Adams. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, exit.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Again, he was looking for Devontae Adams, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point try now for Crosby. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. He'll look to set up his blockers. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear
by the time we have to leave the booth. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll try and run with their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
65, 65.
To throw on 3rd down. Love. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Let's go now. Hey, come on.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Check 26, check 26.
To throw on second down. Love. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
In your face.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
In your face. Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
From the gun, Love. Touchdown, Packers. Devin Funchess with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. And Jeffrey's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. And that's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made. No grounding. Going up top. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love firing quickly here, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Love on the move to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. A give to the fullback on the dive. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Back to throw. Love. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there at 22. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Cousins again. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. Cook struck. The ball's out. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's continued. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, here's Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
On the give, this is their fullback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Watch the run, watch the run.
From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Get the first down and more inside the 20. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal.
5 down. Stand up in. Hey, watch 85. Watch 85. Say go.
And they take a knee. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,